everybody, and welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Shane.
And I'm Karen. Today we are looking at part 1 of movie Dinosaurs. More myth than fact?
Ooh, speaking of dinosaurs, last night I had a dream about a dinosaur.
Oh, that's fun and exciting.
It was scary because the dinosaur was chasing me. And it almost got me. And then it turned into my cat.
What kind of dinosaur was it? Was it a T-Rex, Triceratops, or is it Stegosaurus, or Spinosaurus, or the flying one, Pterodactyl? Which one was it?
Big one? I don't know. I didn't ask him. I was running away. I was just so scared. I just knew it was a big dinosaur.
Really? So you don't know much about dinosaurs, do you?
I don't really know all their names, no.
Yeah, they have the longest names, but they are fascinating to learn about.
Is that because you're a teacher?
Yes.
I thought so. Because you don't seem like someone who would be super interested in dinosaurs.
You're right, but I teach a lot of little kids who love dinosaurs, and they would tell me so much about them, and that's how I learned.
I used to love them as a kid, and then as I got older, I learned that, a lot about dinosaurs that we thought we knew actually was wrong.
Really?
Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to talk about today, and then maybe you won't like them anymore either.
No, but I do like them.
I'm just
they are
kidding.
cool.
I still like them, but there's a lot of myths out there. So
okay.
Let's get into part 1.
Many people will agree that there's nothing quite like settling in for a good dinosaur movie. In fact, the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies are some of the most popular of all time. However, while these films are packed with excitement, they might not be the best place to learn real facts about dinosaurs. Here are some things that dinosaur movies often get plain wrong. Velociraptors weren't actually as scary as the movies make out. In the original Jurassic Park, velociraptors were big, scary killing machines that hunted down the main characters. In reality, though, these dinosaurs were only a little larger than turkeys. Therefore, velociraptors were not as frightening as what we see on screen.
Okay, so movie dinosaurs. More myth than fact. And this is part 1.
That's right. So what is a myth? What does that mean?
Basically, a myth just means like false information, like people just tell people things by word of mouth, and it's not really true.
That is right. So more myths than fact.
Yes.
And we're looking at dinosaurs today. So what is a dinosaur? A dinosaur, that is a noun. So dinosaurs are a group of reptiles that lived on Earth many millions of years ago. And oftentimes we would hear some dinosaur names like T-Rex, Triceratops that have the 3 horns on its head, and Pterodactyl.
Stop showing off. We all know you know the names of the dinosaurs, okay?
Okay, so let me give you an example sentence. Dinosaurs lived on our planet many millions of years ago. And that is true. And they are very cool.
That's not a myth.
Okay, so let's get into today's article.
Okay.
Many people will agree that there's nothing quite like settling in for a good dinosaur movie. In fact, the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies are some of the most popular of all time. And that is definitely true.
Have you seen all of them?
Not all of them. I have seen some of them, but they are quite fascinating.
I've seen all of them because they're really good movies. Super entertaining. and just exciting.
And 3D, right? Did you watch them in 3D?
No, I've never watched one in 3D.
Never?
Have you?
Yeah, I remember I watched one in 3D and that looked really cool.
That would be fun. Okay, continuing. However, while these films are packed with excitement, they might not be the best place to learn real facts about dinosaurs. Right? So, I mean, when you're watching a movie, you know, it's Hollywood. Hollywood likes to make things bigger.
That's
make things scarier.
More dramatic.
More dramatic, right? So, okay. Here are some things that dinosaur movies often get plain wrong.
Okay.
So just wrong, plain wrong. If you say something is plain wrong, it just means totally wrong.
Okay, well, let's learn more about what they're saying.
Okay.
Velociraptors weren't actually as scary as the movies make out. So we're looking at this word scary, and that is an adjective. So if something is scary, it makes you afraid. It makes you feel scared. So for example, I never want to watch that movie again. It was far too scary. Okay, well, so velociraptors weren't actually that scary. Oh, I didn't know that because they seem pretty scary in movies.
Yeah, like, well, do you, like when you watch those movies, do you feel it's scary?
A little bit.
Really? Like almost like a horror movie kind of scary where you're really feeling...
Well, because the dinosaurs are so big in size, right?
Yeah, and they're like eating everything and blood is going everywhere.
Exactly. So it is kind of like a scary movie.
It is like a horror movie in some ways, yeah. So I was wondering, I don't think you like horror movies, right?
That's right. I don't really like horror movies.
I'm curious if you would like things like Jurassic Park.
They're okay, but I kind of like dinosaurs.
Okay, so continuing. In the original Jurassic Park, velociraptors were big, scary killing machines that hunted down the main characters. Yeah, those are really cool characters, right? They're just going after the characters in the movie. In reality, though, these dinosaurs were only a little larger than turkeys.
Really?
That's so disappointing.
Wow, then that means they're very small. Because turkeys are like this big, right? If I'm not.
A turkey could be like this big. They can grow quite big. So, you know, you can imagine like maybe it was like a big dog or something like that.
Okay.
But,
Well, then velociraptors would be pretty cute if they were that size.
well, if they were hunters and they were aggressive, which we think they were, then I think just being a little bit smaller doesn't make them that less scary, right? Okay, so continuing. Therefore, velociraptors were not as frightening as what we see on screen.
Okay, frightening. And what does that mean?
So frightening just means something makes you feel afraid, anxious, or nervous. We say that's frightening. So for example, you could say, Felipa found the dark frightening and always had to sleep with the lights on.
Okay, scared of the dark, right? That's what it means.
Yeah, my wife is afraid of the dark.
Really? So she sleeps with the lights on too?
Yeah, she has to.
Is she scared of dinosaurs too?
She loves dinosaurs.
Does she really?
Yeah, she loves like big creatures and movies that are about monsters.
Okay, well, but, you know, just learn, you know, what we learned right now, like velociraptors, they weren't actually that big.
Yeah, but they're made to look pretty scary and exciting in the movies. Okay, let's take a break and find out some more information or myths about dinosaurs.
All right. Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课文标题是 Movie Dinosaurs. More myth than fact? 那我们先来看看 myth 这个名词，就是迷思，没有事实根据的观点或是理论。那么 Shane 老师他用到这个片语 by word of mouth， 就是口耳相传。那么单字 dinosaur 它表示恐龙。Karen 老师在解释单字时有提到爬虫类 reptile。reptile reptile 就是爬虫类啊，爬行动物。那么老师在讲恐龙的时候，他对这个很有了解，他有提到这个 Triceratops 就是三角龙，还有提到这个 Pterodactyl 就是翼手龙。那在课文里面，我们还会看到这个 Velociraptor 就是迅猛龙或是林盗龙，还有 T-Rex 则是暴龙。好，那这2天的课程呢，就要来进行这个电影恐龙迷思大破解。课文一开始就写到说，很多人都会同意啊，没有什么比舒服坐下来看一部精彩的恐龙电影更棒的了。那虽然这些电影充满刺激，但是电影里面有一些关于恐龙的事，并非事实哦。首先啊，迅猛龙其实没有像电影呈现的那么可怕。在电影里面，它们像是巨大又可怕的杀戮机器，会追着主角。可是事实上呢，迅猛龙只比火鸡大一点而已，并没有我们在荧幕上看到那么可怕。好 ，scary 就是形容可怕的或是恐怖的。那么 frightening 它是表达说令人惊恐的或是害人的，也是像可怕那种意思。那这边3个重点，我们进入文法时间。第一个重点是 There's nothing like 名词或动名词，这是指说没有事物比得上什么什么，最好的莫过于什么什么。那这个句型是用来指说某人或某事物是最好的。举例来说，There's nothing quite like a good cup of coffee in the morning. 没有什么比早上来一杯好咖啡更好的了。我们句子里面加入了副词 quite， 是做强调用，去表达完全地或是彻底地。第二重点是 make out， 当及物用，它是指塑造成什么，力图描述成什么什么，尤其是某种错误的形象。那我们常常会用 make something or somebody out。To be 再加名词或形容词，去表达把某人事物说成什么，暗指说这个认知并不正确。例如 The article made him out to be a traitor. 那篇文章将他塑造成一个叛徒。好，那下一个重点是 what 引导名词子句可以当主词、受词。那这时候 what 它的功能跟意思等同于 the thing that 或是 the things that。那么 what 名词子句用来当主词的话，要把它视为单数，所以后面是搭配单数动词哦。像 What you did for your friends was very sweet. 你为朋友所做的事非常贴心。好，接回课文中。
Also like turkeys, many dinosaurs had feathers. Movies often show dinosaurs as looking like giant modern-day lizards, but the truth is rather different. In many ways, dinosaurs were quite similar to birds, and many had feathers. This included velociraptors and also the mighty T-Rex, which we now think had brightly colored feathers on its head and tail.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were learning about dinosaurs, right? And I think a lot of things that we learned from movies about dinosaurs were actually not true.
Fiction.
That's right.
Myths.
For example, we were just learned that velociraptors were actually quite small. They were the same size as turkeys.
Yeah, maybe a little bit like a little bit bigger of a turkey.
Exactly. And then so they were actually not that scary. Wow, I wonder what else is not true about dinosaurs.
I don't know. I still think that if they were still aggressive and hunted after you and they were that size, they'd still be really scary to me.
That's true.
All right, well, continuing, also like turkeys, many dinosaurs had feathers.
No way! They had feathers?
You didn't know that, really?
Did you know that?
Yeah.
You knew dinosaurs had feathers?
This is not like really news.
I really didn't know that. I thought they were like lizards.
Well, that's the old way that we used to think about them, but over the last, I don't know, 10 years or more maybe, we learned that they're actually much more similar to birds than reptiles.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so feather, so they have feathers. What is a feather? Feathers are the soft structures that cover the bodies of birds. And also, like, they're very light and makes them fluffy and they're able to fly.
Exactly.
So for example, the bird's feathers were the most beautiful the man had ever seen.
That's true. Some birds have the most beautiful colors, right? When it comes to like different colored feathers.
Yeah, in my old apartment, we used to have some Taiwan 蓝雀, right?
Oh, really?
Like, I forget what the English name for that is.
Magpie?
Is it magpie? 蓝雀? I'm not sure. But it was so beautiful. It was blue and orange, and it was just the...
Wow.
But it's very naughty, this bird.
Really?
It would fly, and like people walking by, it would like hit them on the head. Yeah, it was cool.
But they were beautiful though.
Yeah, but you can see how a bird can be aggressive and could be scary.
Maybe just like dinosaurs. Okay, let's continue. Movies often show dinosaurs as looking like giant modern-day lizards. But the truth is rather different. Exactly. I think a lot of people, when they think of dinosaurs, they would think of lizards or like alligators, reptiles, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't picture them with colorful feathers, right?
Yeah, you just think of like humongous lizards, basically, right? Well, in many ways, dinosaurs were quite similar to birds, and many had feathers. This included velociraptors and also the mighty T-Rex.
I like T-Rex.
Which we now think had brightly colored feathers on its head and tail.
Okay, I really have to Google that because I cannot picture a T-Rex with colored feathers on its head and tail.
Yeah, because we all grew up watching movies, and well, I think just until pretty recently, we did really still think they looked more like reptiles. But they started learning that, wait, you know what? They actually look a lot more like birds.
That's true. Mighty as well. So mighty is an adjective. When you describe something as mighty, it just means they're very large, powerful, or sometimes very important. For example, he was considered a mighty king. He was very powerful, right?
Right.
Okay. Some interesting facts about dinosaurs.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, you know, myths that we get through television and through movies, and like, seriously, Jurassic Park, I mean, everybody's seen it. So especially the early ones, we have an idea, like that's just what a dinosaur looked like, but we're always learning more.
That's true.
Right? So, okay, that's all the time we have for today, but guess what?
We still got day 2.
Woohoo! Okay, see you then.
See you guys then. 好，我们来看看第二个要破解的迷思。电影经常把恐龙弄得像现代的大蜥蜴，但其实恐龙在很多方面是跟鸟类相似，而且许多恐龙都有羽毛哦。这包括迅猛龙，还有强大的这个暴龙，它们都有羽毛诶。那么现在一般认为暴龙的头上和尾巴上是有色彩鲜艳的羽毛。好，单字 feather。Feather 就是羽毛。说到这个鸟类的羽毛，Shane老师刚刚有提到台湾蓝雀，那它的英文我们可以说 Taiwan Blue Magpie。那我们顺便补充一下 Magpie 就可以表达雀或是喜鹊。下一个单字 Mighty 它是形容强而有力的、巨大的、强大的。另外文中有提到 Lizard 就是蜥蜴，那老师们则也有提到 Alligator， 这则是指鳄鱼或者是短吻鳄。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Many people will agree that there's nothing quite like settling in for a good dinosaur movie. In fact, the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies are some of the most popular of all time. However, while these films are packed with excitement, they might not be the best place to learn real facts about dinosaurs. Here are some things that dinosaur movies often get plain wrong. Velociraptors weren't actually as scary as the movies make out. In the original Jurassic Park, Velociraptors were big, scary killing machines that hunted down the main characters. In reality, though, these dinosaurs were only a little larger than turkeys. Therefore, velociraptors were not as frightening as what we see on screen. Also like turkeys, many dinosaurs had feathers. Movies often show dinosaurs as looking like giant modern-day lizards, but the truth is rather different. In many ways, dinosaurs were quite similar to birds, and many had feathers. This included velociraptors and also the mighty T-Rex, which we now think had brightly colored feathers on its head and tail.
Hey, what's going on? Are you okay? You look upset.
Yeah, I met this great girl online, and I mean, we have so much in common. I mean, she's perfect, but her mom got really sick and she's in the hospital now and needs surgery. Looks like I'm gonna have to transfer some money.
Wait a second, can I take a look?
Okay.
It looks like you've probably been catfished. This person looks too good to be true, and her location changes a lot.
Location?
Yeah. First she was there, and then she was there. I don't think it's true. Today, we're going to introduce a phrase called catfish.
Nowadays, lots of people are using dating apps to connect with new people.
However, some users resort to creating fictional personas, either to attract others or to engage in deceptive online relationships. This phenomenon is commonly referred to as catfishing.
But she says that she loves me.
So what? Have you ever had a video chat?
No.
Have you ever gone on a real date?
No.
Some people steal others' photos to put them on dating apps. Don't get catfished.
Okay, thanks. You're such a good friend, but I think I'm gonna need some time to forget her.
You will. And that's all for today. We'll see you guys next time, and don't get catfished.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.